in the beginning, and this is for anybody who wants to make music, the beginning is like, we believe in you. We love your sound. We love your vision. We don't want to change anything about you. We want you just how you are. And then it's like, then you sign this like, but we need you to do this, that, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you feel obligated to do it because they gave you a shitload of money.
What did they offer you that stood out the most?
I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, I want to own my masters and I want $1 million.
Show me the money.
Did they give it to you?
They did.
Okay.
Boom.
Ching-ching.
Now that you are in a relationship with somebody very, very big, how does that affect your personal life?
I put a lot of priority on my relationship.
Okay. Yeah, how did you guys end up meeting?
Honestly, in my opinion, I thought he was like trying to do some business. I mean, maybe that was like naive. But that's what I thought.
What was your initial thoughts, getting with a man who already has children?
So before him, I always said I would never date a man with kids. I always said that I was just like not going for it, But I didn't like meet him with the intention of dating him.
Do you think that marriage is the next step for you, Young Thug?
I mean, when he gets out of jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think either of us want a jail wedding. Yeah, but I feel like he definitely wants to be married, and I feel like I do too.
Word with me, yeah, you know BT. Know how it go, shout out OCT. No real cap, call out what we see. Whole game ready, baller blitz on 3. No, you can't stand on your own 2 feet. I already know you can't ball with me. Come chop it up with the squad and me. They get a letter, they calling me. BallerAlert. 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 BallerAlert.
BallerAlert, welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube page at BallerAlert TV. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name, BT.
OCT, what that?
Mariah the scientist in the building. Hey! You got Snap with us, you got Snap. What's
and she ain't got no coat on.
It's cold outside.
And it's cold outside.
58.
Okay.
You have very nice
chilly
teeth.
I have Invisalign. I just got it this year.
But you have diamonds in your teeth too.
No, I don't.
No, that's like a brace.
It's like a case.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Where you had Invisalign? How you don't
I did
know?
have Invisalign, but maybe it's the Ray-Ban Metas that I have on that I can't see. Anyway, Mariah, how you doing?
We already talking about teeth.
How you doing?
Where's Mariah the scientist from?
She's from Atlanta.
She's from Atlanta. What part of Atlanta?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Started off in the SWATs.
Really?
And then we moved to the east side.
Really? Mm-hmm. So where do you claim?
I claim the east side.
Okay.
I mean, I claim both if the conversations are deep enough.
Okay.
So did you grow up wanting to be a scientist?
Really?
Well, I wanted to be like a doctor in the medical field.
Your outfit gives very smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good.
The collar and all
Is that your name, Mariah?
Yes.
And then where did the scientist come from? Is that really what happened?
I went to school for biology at
Really?
St. John's in New York. Even though I see you got a spell house. Sweatshirt on.
Yeah, he went to
That could have
Spelman.
been cool. Yeah,
I did not go to Spelman, but it was for homecoming. Anyway, we're talking to Mariah here.
Yeah, and you know what? When you first popped on the scene, I thought that, don't judge me, I thought that you were like a scientist that became a singer.
Yeah.
That's what I just
So
said.
No, like I'm thinking like you're a real scientist.
That's what she went to school for, fool.
When you
She
study
said
biology.
she was.
No, but she did you graduate?
Dude, she
No.
just said.
No, wait. Now, what you just say?
Never mind. She
What'd you say?
said she didn't graduate.
I did
Okay.
not. But I stayed for a long time. I stayed for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows the periodic table better than you, probably.
Probably so.
Maybe.
Probably so.
Do you know what the periodic
that's-
table
I know
is?
how to wear a coat when it's cold.
Well, she like she said, she did time in New York at St. John's, so cold here is nothing compared to what she.
I
Oh,
think that's
so
what it is.
yeah.
though. New York was something different.
Nah, I'd be brick.
Can we discuss the music part? Because you're in school and you're doing stuff like this. How did the music play into it? Have you always been singing?
No. I always liked music. Well, I went to, in elementary school, there was like a choir or chorus. And I have like some memories of like that or like wanting to be more involved in it. And then I just stopped doing it after elementary school. And then when I got to college, I just made a song.
Why?
It was for an ex.
It was a diss song.
No,
Love song.
Love song.
whatever.
What was the tone? What was the tone of the song?
It was like a lovey-dovey song, but I don't have exes, so I really tried to eliminate this part of the story.
Wait, you don't have exes?
No, I don't have them.
Got it.
Say less.
So you made this song
Yes.
about a guy or about somebody, and who heard it? What happened?
My friends heard it. They liked it. They said, keep doing that. Put it out. So I put it out on SoundCloud.
You put it out on SoundCloud. That's it.
Well, I put a couple of them out.
Okay.
And then, but I was kind of like, I was quiet in college, so nobody really knew me like that. And then I think people started to hear what was on SoundCloud, though. And then they were like,
They were
trying
like,
to
that's you,
connect the
that's
dots. Kinda. And then here we are.
Did you shoot a music video?
Of course not. Who had the money for that?
I mean, you had a phone.
But did you
Yeah,
when you was
that's true.
when you was putting it on SoundCloud, did you put it under Mariah the Scientist?
Yeah, I did.
So you came up with your own name.
I did.
So you
I
sat there and
wanted
was
to
like,
get
what's
rid of it, but
Well, they needed to know where to find her in science class when they was trying to find her on SoundCloud.
Why you wanted to get rid of it?
I thought it was like kind of corny. But everybody was like, "No, that's so marketable. You need to keep that." That's
I mean,
gonna
I've
be
never heard of
fire,
anyone
this and that."
named the scientist.
You have Tyler,
This-
the creator.
Yeah.
Well,
have a
who's
lot
the
of
scientist
us.
though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I've
who's the
never heard of
scientist?
scientist.
Well, I do like that it's it can be misleading though. I do like that part. Okay. You know, but I don't know though, because people be like, "That sound like a rap name." And it's like, but I'm not a rapper though.
But what happened next? So it's on SoundCloud. People that start to say that's you eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
And then I started getting these calls. I don't even know how they got my phone number, but it started with like Chubby. You know what that is?
Chubby
Yeah.
baby.
Chubby
Chubby
baby.
baby?
He called
Chubby.
me.
Okay.
And then I guess maybe it was because the kids there, at least the ones who were like socialized, they were like talking about it. And then I guess some kind of way it was getting to like some New York A&Rs. And then I guess he probably heard about it and heard that I was from Atlanta. And then he hit me up. And then, so that was cool. But I moved on.
Okay.
And then, you know,
But you did sign at that particular time? No.
I waited a little bit.
Okay.
Did you
then-
consult anybody about this?
Not really. Well, okay, so eventually I met Tory Lanez, and then we had like a what is it called? Not it's not distribution. It's a
Which I had
production
management.
arrangement, production deal or something.
Oh, okay.
And then but we didn't really get that until after I started to like find labels that I liked, and he was like, "I don't think you should sign to a label." And then, but
That's what Tori was saying.
yeah.
So he advised you to go independent, maybe?
But I just felt like it was never really gonna be independent because it was gonna be signed to him. So
Oh.
it's like I think he just didn't want me to sign to nobody else.
Oh,
That's what that was.
Now,
Yeah,
what
but I
year
mean,
is this, if you don't mind me
That
asking?
is in like 2018
Okay.
or 2019.
That's
Okay.
not too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
So
I think
Tory
2019.
Lanez, you met him. He wanted you guys did a production deal,
Yeah,
and he told you don't go to a label
pretty much.
to pretty much sign with his label.
Yes.
Or did he use the "I'ma walk you into the label"?
No, it was like the labels were coming to me, and he was like, "You don't need to do that. We good."
How'd you meet him?
Maybe like okay, so I have a friend named Beja. She lives in California. She's also from Atlanta though, and she's like a real like socialite influencer.
Oh, what
She's,
time
like,
of Beja? I know Beja. Yeah.
hardcore influencer from the beginning too, like Tumblr time. And she just is like always on shit ahead of time. So she was like post my music, and he had a photographer, and I guess they knew each other and was listening to the music. Then he showed it to Tori, and then Tori was calling me, and then we started working together.
Okay. Did Tori look at you and said, I need to work with her?
I think so. He was like, I feel like I love your sound. I want to help you and this and that. So, it was like, at first it was like he didn't openly say, I want to do a deal. It was just like, I fuck with your music and I want to look out for you. And then it was like, oh, he want a deal though.
Oh,
Because he wants to control the situation.
I think so a little bit. But I feel like that's how it goes a lot of times. It's business. And I feel like if I saw me, I would probably try to sign this shit too, but that's just me.
Now, question. So, how are you financially at this particular moment? Are you making money?
No, I wasn't making any money.
School still? You're still in school, right?
No, I dropped out.
So you dropped out.
Yes.
This made you drop out.
No, I had already dropped out.
Why did you drop out of college?
So it's like a crossroads in college where it's like I had a scholarship for undergraduate school. They do not give scholarships out like that for medical school. It's really like rare. So, and medical school is expensive. It's more expensive than
So you did undergrad then, is what you're saying?
I did. I mean, I didn't finish. I did 3 out of 4 years.
Okay.
And so I just started weighing the odds. Like, I don't know about this. And then we had an Easter break, and I just stayed home for the Easter break. I didn't go back. I left all my shit in the dorm.
damn.
Now that was like a little risky.
What'd your parents say?
I didn't tell my dad because he's more strict, but my mom was like, you need to go back. I was like, I ain't going back. So I didn't go back. And then eventually when the school year was over, we had to go back and get all my stuff. So at that point, it was like in between me dropping out during Easter break, it really wasn't that long. Honestly, I'm appreciative that it went, as fast as it did. But I guess like Tori and them, Chubby and them, they were calling like right after that Easter break. Chubby was calling before Easter break. And then like in between the rest of that school year, then it's like I got to know Tori. That was cool. He taught me a couple of things. Appreciate that. Fast forward maybe like less than a year later, then I signed a deal.
So how did that deal come about?
It was with RCA. So there was like a couple of people before that. Maybe if I'm not mistaken, Arista was the first people that came, and of course it's like, oh my God. Then now they're like showing me their track record, and it's like they have had Whitney Houston and Alicia Keys. They had everybody. It's like, oh my God, people who signed Whitney Houston want to, it's like all of that. And then I wound up going with RCA though because I felt like it seemed like they had a diverse staff. That doesn't always mean anything, but in the moment it seemed like they had like.
What did they offer you that stood out the most besides the diverse staff?
I think that after it was like multiple different labels coming after my first, deal, it was like it gave me more leverage maybe to ask for what I wanted, but I asked it for my master's and my lawyer was like, they ain't gonna give you that. You ain't never made no music. Like you have nothing.
Did they give it to you?
They did.
Okay.
Now,
yes.
Now who this lawyer work for? Did he work for the label
It's
too?
a lady.
Oh.
Yes.
But she wasn't
Is
there.
it burnt? No.
Her name is Gillian Barr and she works
Salute.
in New York.
But she
Okay.
supported your what you wanted and you got it.
She was just like, it might be hard to get those things, but I was like, I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, I want to own my masters and I want $1 million.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Boom.
Come on
And then
now.
I felt like, but then that's when like this remorse period started, right? Not remorse, but it was like, damn, they gave me this stuff and I've never done this though. They never even heard me sing in person. I've never done a show at this point. I've never ever performed. It's like I literally just made some songs on SoundCloud and these people signed me. It was like,
So you felt bad for taking the money?
I did. I felt like, and then my dad is like, listen, I can't get you out of this, you fucked this up, he like saying stuff like that. And then it's like, but it was like a growing thing.
But they supported you, so, and I know it's like, the thing is on you now, like, what you gonna do? So you just had to turn up.
Yeah, I did. It was slow. It was a slow start. But I feel like now it's turned.
But how was it having a deal, though? Was they, like, on you, like, to press you to make music since they already gave you everything?
My honest opinion is that in the beginning, and this is for anybody who wants to make music, the beginning is like, we believe in you. We love your sound. We love your vision. We don't want to change anything about you. We want you just how you are. And then it's like, then you sign and it's like, but we need you to do this, that, this, and that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you feel obligated to do it because they gave you a shitload of money, and then you wind up doing it. And it's like, there is a political aspect. I'll tell you that for sure. It's a political aspect. But then eventually it was like, that's like right when the TikTok thing was like booming, right? And I feel like that's when labels just like, whatever infrastructure they had and would usually depend on or rely on for like their methods and their strategy on like making an artist, I feel like it went out the window. That TikTok stuff, the internet stuff, it was like they expected you to be on that internet doing it. They don't want anybody else in their office to have to do it. It's like...
It's almost they want you to do all the work.
She got a TikTok that went viral.
I do, but I don't really care for the TikTok thing. It's not that I dislike TikTok, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it just requires a lot of interaction with the phone and like the public and like a public opinion.
That's
And I
not
feel
really
like-
your thing?
And you have to submit to that if you want that to work for you. And it's like, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you could tell you're an artist. I feel like every artist hates the internet.
I don't know.
I think it's 50-50.
Some
I think
artists love
some
it.
artists love it. Some
Yes.
artists hate it.
Yeah.
It depends on who you are because there's a lot of attention. Now, I had a question for you. I was a music director at a previous radio station, and your single, I remember when you had first got to that label, came across my desk featuring Lil Baby. How did that come about?
So there's this producer named Earl.
Okay.
Earl on the beat. And he made like Act Up, You Can Get Snatched Up. And so, but I've known him for a long time and he played me this beat and I was like, immediately when I heard it, I felt like Lil Baby would just go crazy on that song, particularly.
That's when Baby was like,
And I was like, I really need this. And my label was like, you ain't gonna get Lil Baby, we can get somebody else, but
that's
Lil
what I was
Baby ain't
saying.
gonna
But
be
it was hard to get him at that particular moment, and you
I'm
got him.
relentless though.
And she got her
I am
$1 million
relentless.
and she got her creativity.
You asked him yourself?
Man.
I did, but he wasn't hearing me. So then I had Tori hit him up because they knew each other.
Okay.
So he told Tori yes, and then we paid him. Obviously, I don't know what his rate was back then. Back then, he was charging 200 occasion.
Yeah, 200 on an occasion.
No, it
200.
wasn't that though, and I appreciate that. And actually, he gave me my first gold record,
Nice.
and I don't even know if he know that, but I appreciate that.
Now, is Mariah at this particular moment you're signed? Are you in a relationship then?
I don't know. I think I was just doing my thing back then.
What does doing your thing mean?
You know what women mean by doing their thing.
I probably had a couple boyfriends.
You were just entertaining.
The old me, I don't know if I can say about the new me, but the old me is like, if my main relationship is not working out, I'm not gonna like just like get rid of it. You know, it can still be around, but it's just like,
What?
you know, you just gotta like
Yeah.
test the waters. You know, like it might not work out. I can't just.
So you were dating at that particular moment?
I was dating. Yes.
Okay.
I probably was in and out of a relationship. I don't know. I don't remember it. I don't remember any of that.
You know, when the scorpion moves. She is a Scorpio, you know.
I am.
We water signs, so
You-
you know.
oh, I was about to say you
No, I'm
Scorpio.
a Cancer.
Oh, okay. Cancer crazy.
Hey, y'all are crazy.
heard
Okay.
that
Y'all more
too.
crazier, you know.
Yeah, the
We're a little bit more
Scorpios.
silent crazy.
Ooh, interesting. I would like to do some research on that.
Yeah. Go ahead, scientist.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Okay, what's your
He's
sign?
fire. Is it
Aquarius.
air?
Water sign.
Yeah.
No, you're air.
Aquarius is water.
No, you're air.
I am air.
Yes, but
Damn,
you're
see?
the water barrier, but you're air.
See?
Your
Yeah,
element.
Rory don't even know
I
his
don't believe
sign.
See,
in it.
I'm a scientist.
I don't believe in
I'm
it.
just kidding.
No, what Rick Ross said, he said when girls get to asking, you know, it's this time
It's
of day.
conversational. It's conversational.
So my
Yeah.
question to you is, and the reason why I went personal, because I know your personal life you're a human, so you have to have a personal life. And now that you are in a relationship with somebody very, very big, how does that affect your personal life? Talking about Young
I feel like
Thug, by the
that
way.
is my personal life. You know, I put a lot of priority on my relationship
Okay.
above like all else because that's what is important to me. And like, I want to be married. I want to have a family and all that good stuff. So I feel like I definitely prioritize that. But I mean, besides that and work, like that's my life.
How is it? What was your initial thoughts? You know, getting with a man who already has children.
So before him, I always said I would never date a man with kids. I always said that I was just like not going for it, you know. But I didn't like meet him with the intention of dating him or like trying to holler at him or anything like that and go into it with any assumptions, you know. And then I found out, you know, because I have heard I had heard he had kids, but I didn't know how many kids he had. I didn't know like what the dynamic was, and then eventually it was like, I have kids. So, but it was okay. I mean, I've met his kids, you know, I've met his children's mothers.
Were they receptive to you?
Mostly. You know, I mean, obviously it's like, I feel like with children, it's like, you got to be careful and stuff. You know, you don't want to introduce everybody to your kids or to your children's mothers. You know, so I feel like it was definitely a process, but I mean, I feel like it's all in the family now. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
How are you able to maintain, you know, a strong relationship now?
I feel like we talk a lot, which I'm grateful for, because when he first got locked up, it wasn't like that. It was like they had him on a strict like schedule with when he can use the phone, when he can't use the phone, and then eventually it's like they developed a new schedule and they have like tablets there. So, you know, he has more options and like ways and accessibility to communicate, you know. It's more accessible now, which is great.
Yeah, how did you guys end up meeting?
He DM'd me.
Okay.
And he said something like, no, actually, when I look back on it, I messaged him a long time ago and said happy birthday. But he didn't see that. That's like years ago. And then he messaged me again after that and said something like, asked me was I signed. So I honestly, in my opinion, I thought he was like trying to do some business. I mean, maybe that was like naive. But that's what I thought. So, and then eventually I made a song that I wanted him on. And then I was like, hey, I got this song. I want you to get on it. He was like, okay. He never said, send me the, he said, send it to me. But he said, when you get back to Atlanta, pull up on me. And that was the end.
And that was then he pulled up
That
on
was
you.
the beginning.
And then
He
and
said,
then,
pull up on me.
He said, pull up on me.
and then you met Jeffrey and not Young Thug.
And he was just like tall, and he was just like, he stood on the other side of the room, very calm. It wasn't like, you know, aggressive energy. But then when we did talk that day, he was like, I know that you want a song from me. This is way bigger than a song though, cause I want you.
Oh,
And I was like,
okay, thug.
oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
He want me.
When you seen him, were you initially attracted to him?
I was shocked.
Wait, what was your answer?
Taken aback.
When he asked you?
He asked me what?
Yeah, he said,
That
I
ain't no
want you.
question. That ain't no. That's not a question. That's a statement. That is a statement, and I like that. But
Okay.
I feel like he was just like so. I don't like saying intimidated. It wasn't that, but it was like he was just like tall, and he has like a really like strong presence without really saying anything. So I kind of was just like I was nervous. He made me nervous, and
He's
don't
a
be like
Leo
that.
too, right?
He is a Leo.
Yeah.
He is.
I'll salute to that.
Shout out to the Leos.
Yeah, shout out to me.
Now, what do we have coming out right now?
To be eaten alive.
I put a project.
That's
out.
what she was gonna
Kinda
do.
wanted you
With
to
the
say
with the scorpion.
That's
With
what
the
she was
scorpion.
gonna eat him alive when she seen him
Oh my
across
god.
the room.
Can we talk about that?
Some songs on there are pretty old, as old as maybe 4 years. And then there are some songs on there that are as new as like 4 months old, you know? So it was just like a working thing. And initially I had like an idea for it, like I'm gonna use this and that, and that's gonna be it. And then it was like, I was just like making stuff over time though, and it just became like a compilation, you know?
Your creativity is so good. Like, I must commend you because, like, the production of your records, you know, whoever vocal arranges your stuff to your visuals, like, how much are you a part of that process, and how do you go about picking your producers?
I am overly a part of it, and I am a control freak.
Okay,
When
that's
it comes
good.
to my art.
Which is great.
I don't know, because at a certain point it's like too much, you know? It's too much to do. It's like in the beginning you can easily be everything because you have the time for it. And then eventually it's like you don't really have the time for so much of it. So it's not necessarily compromise, it just drives you more crazy, you know? But I feel like with the beat thing in the beginning, I was always getting my beats off YouTube. I still get my beats off YouTube, but I am currently locked out of my YouTube account.
Why?
Because it's attached to my Gmail. And so when you log in, the Gmail has like this 2-factor thing. And the phone that it's connected to,
You ain't got it.
I still have the number, but I don't have the phone. And I can't find the phone anywhere
Oh my
in the
God.
house. So, I mean, I can resolve it by going to get a new
Yeah,
SIM
just go
card.
get a new phone. Get a new phone, new SIM card.
And that's fine. But it's like, who wants to do all that? And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've been procrastinating. So I've been locked out of it for a few
Dude,
months.
really?
Okay.
Yes. So
That's what I'm like, really?
it's
Mariah
just
the
like,
scientist
I've been
doesn't have an
trying.
assistant.
I do not, and I think I need one.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think I need one. and I've
That's
been
your
trying to
camera. Go
avoid
ahead.
that.
Go ahead and solicitate getting the assistant. That's your camera right there.
I'm not ready yet because she's a
control
nobody.
freak.
Exactly.
Okay,
I don't trust
facts.
nobody. I don't want to have to be
Yeah.
like, hey, but you know what? If I had an assistant, I think the thing I would make them do most is go get me food.
Is that the way to your heart?
I love food, but I'm kind of picky though. So
Where Young Thug take you for your first date?
it's a place called Arnett's Chop House, I think, and it's in like. Sandy
Oh, I know
Springs.
there. Yeah, I
They got
go
some
there.
good food, and that was like our first like one-on-one date.
Did he win you over with that food and all that? Or he had
won me
already
over
won?
without the food.
Yeah, he already won.
Okay.
I think we were in a relationship. I know that sounds like, so you didn't go on a date until after you got in a relationship, but we did everything after we got in a relationship because he was just adamant about that.
Okay.
Fire, you know? I'll take it.
What's your favorite song off To Be Eaten Alive?
I don't have a favorite. I love them all. I love them all. And I listen to it all the time. And I feel like it's my best work. I just love it. And I think now, so the difference between like my previous projects and like where I'm at now is like all of those projects I had music before that I was willing to put on a project. And that was like, I still have other music obviously, but it's like, I feel like my next project will be from scratch, you know? Instead of being like
All new
I'm taking
songs.
here, yeah, like I want to just go to the studio, like I want to start on it from scratch and see what happens because I never did that.
So what are the fan favorites? I know some fans been hitting you up like, this is my favorite. This is my favorite.
They've been saying they really like Different Pages and Love Sick, and I know they like Ride with the.
I know it's got to be tough for you mentally dealing with that. He's locked up right now. How do you
I
cope?
was way more sensitive about it. I was like crying all the time. I was just a hot mess. You know.
Did you speak to somebody or
I did not.
any
'Cause
therapy?
I feel like
Therapists?
nobody
No?
understands that. I don't feel like anybody understands that unless it's like somebody who been through that. But obviously, I didn't know it was gonna take this long, and I feel like I see a lot of people commenting on it like, "This bitch dumb as fuck," and this and that and blah blah. It's like she don't know how long he gonna be in there. What is she doing? And it's like I feel like if you found somebody that you really want to be with, it's like, would you just abandon him?
So you actually read the comments and see the
I do
negative
I mean, I
comments.
feel like sometimes you don't even have to read it because it's just in your face, you know. So it's not like you even have to go searching. It's like I could log into Instagram and just it'll pop up, you know. And it's like, or they'll tag you in it repeatedly, and then eventually you see it. It's like, but I feel like at this point I've learned to just like it's not about that. It's about me.
How do you cope with it? Like, what do you do?
I do not miss a visitation, for one.
Do you
Or
get
a
to
phone
hug him
call.
when you see
No,
him? You
it's
can't
through a
touch him?
screen.
So you can't touch him?
No,
Damn.
it's okay. It's okay because I feel like our relationship is pretty strong. And then obviously besides that, I just have turned into like a real workaholic. If I'm not at work, I do not leave the house.
They probably have support groups for people who
I
gone through
just feel
that.
like I don't want to talk to anybody about it. You know, it's like I don't want to talk to them. I feel like
Not even the friends or anything? You don't have any friends?
But you got some
friends
people like
haven't
Yandy
experienced
who've
Okay.
been
yeah,
through
maybe
it.
somebody like that. You know
Yeah.
what?
Yandy definitely could give you advice.
I thought about asking somebody about it.
Who?
Monica.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Monica.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met her and she was really nice, but I haven't asked her about it. But I probably would, you know, but I don't know if I'm prepared for that conversation because it's like, I don't know if it worked out for her. So it's like, I kind of just want to just stay on my own path, you know, and just like focus on that. But I feel like I have a song on my project where I'm talking about it and it's called Love Sick. People really like that song. But it's like, I feel like I talk about it a little more in depth, you know, but I mean, it's just the way it is right now. And I feel like I have accepted that that's the current state of my relationship. That doesn't mean it's always going to be like that, but it also means I don't know the timeline on it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Too.
And I feel
sure,
like
I
if
mean-
Monica, it'll organically happen, you know,
Yeah, I
for
think
them
so,
to
too.
embrace you.
Right. And she's really cool. The times that I have spoken to her or like interacted with her, she's been really nice. She's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
too.
So she would definitely understand.
I think so. I think she would.
Do you
Nice
think
lady.
that marriage is the next step for you, Young Thug?
I mean, when he gets out of jail,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think either of us want a jail wedding. Yeah, but I do definitely, I feel like he definitely wants to be married, and I feel like I do too.
Do you ever imagine life outside once he's out?
For sure. We talk about it all day.
Okay.
All day long. I mean, I feel like being imaginative can help every human being on earth not lose your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is like a
Hold 'em,
little
man.
slight state of delusion. It is. But
Makes
it
for great
doesn't
art.
mean I feel like being in love make it hard to make a lot of really like touching music. You know, people don't want to hear that happy stuff. They want to hear like
Everybody wants to hear.
I'm sliding down a wall and I'm crying.
Hey.
You know, that they want to hear shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, they just want to hear stuff that you know people can relate to.
Yeah, I got some love songs on there though, and I feel like they like it a lot. BallerAlert! Today is Mariah the Scientist, and I would love if you liked, commented, and subscribed to this video and this channel. And feel free to share your opinion in the comments.
I don't know about y'all, but it's like when I listen to R&B, like I want to hear the sad songs.
I'm glad that you're talking about this. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
What does R&B mean to you? Not rhythm and blues. I mean, like, what defines R&B to you?
What defines R&B to me? I think R&B is soul. I think R&B is something that brings.
What does that mean? Is that something that is categorized by the beat? Is it by the lyrics? Is it by the sound of the song?
That's really hard. I think I know where you're going with this. I think I've seen this on the internet.
Because actually, I'm glad that you just said that because I would like to talk about it.
Okay, let's talk
let's
about
talk
it.
about it.
Let's talk
Answer
about it.
Okay.
I think R&B rap is a form of music. R&B is for people who can sing and express themselves through that space. I don't think it's different from rap. Well, it's different from rap because some people are rapping and then some people are singing, but the emotion is the same whether you're rapping
So
or
you
singing.
feel like it's like a lyrical thing mixed with the
Yeah, because it is a passion. You feel you felt the way. You may have a slow R&B sad song. I can have a rap sad song too.
Yeah.
It could have the same emotion. That person can't sing.
Mm-hmm.
This person can. I do think R&B is more of a beautiful experience because it sounds and it soothes you better than me hearing
R&B is my favorite
you
genre.
think?
The audience is the difference. But I feel like you want to say something.
Yeah, what is R&B
No,
to
I'm just
you?
listening, right? Okay. I did an interview with Complex, and they asked me something about genre, and I said if I could coin the term of a new genre, it would be A&B, and it would be a mix between alternative and R&B. Now, A&B, that's what I said. Now, in hindsight, it's a spectrum, in my opinion, okay? It's a spectrum. I feel like my comparison in that interview was if Lana Del Rey, who is talking about touching and soulful concepts or, like points of whatever, it's like her music is considered alternative. But like somebody else who makes something similar to that is considered R&B or like soul, neo soul, this and that and blah, blah, blah. It's like, what really is a definitive factor? Now, let me pull my phone out.
Come on,
Okay.
scientists.
Come on, the
Supporting facts
scientist.
here. On this project, let me pull it up.
Well, you've been ready to drop these facts.
I just know because I
love it.
listen to a lot of music, and I really do, and I be paying attention to like why do they categorize it as such and such and blah blah. I feel like it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's discriminatory,
Of course
It is. It definitely is.
If you black and you singing, it's R&B.
and it's like, and it's no problem with having a if you want to say this is a category that black people fall into because black people got the opportunity to tell their story through this avenue, that's fine. Just say that that's what it is, but don't say it's because it's something else.
But that's how it is today. It wasn't like that. Like John B back in the day was considered R&B.
and that is
and he's
R&B.
not-
I feel like
But wasn't he a
actually-
very urban version?
That's actually
and they put him there.
That's
remember?
actually
But
that's
also-
actually Blue Eyed Soul.
So is it R&B
Okay, I see you.
or
over there.
is it something else?
Let's see what your definition
All
is.
right.
What you got cooking
so,
up?
You've heard the song. You
Of
know
course,
exactly how
of
this
course.
song sounds. Okay, now let me play you this other song. The production is similar. Mm-hmm. The lyricism is similar.
Right.
Cyndi Lauper's music is considered, when you go to her and you go to her projects, pop. For example, Diana Ross music is considered R&B. Every single project on Apple Music is categorized as R&B.
Who was Cyndi Lauper signed to?
Let's see. That's a good question. Let's see about
Do
it.
you know, Ak?
No, but I'm
we can
guessing
find- you
if
can
it's
find
like
out,
one of the
Shelly.
big four, that is
Definitely.
why it's pop. If because compared to you got Atlantic compared to Motown,
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
and white.
Yeah.
And it's
Understood
like,
though. I understood the point.
the
you was
point is
making.
like, when they put music out and it's like, this is considered such and such, it's like, they have this big, huge platform and all these other avenues.
They get more
and
radio
opportunities. It's
play.
like-
They get more
but
awards.
then suddenly it's like, this is R&B and we in this is it. This is the one category for us. It's
like when a
that's
chick is
it.
circlet.
And I just feel like that's just, even like a lot of Diana Ross's old music has similar structure sonically to Michael Jackson's music. He's considered king of pop. That's it. Why is her music R&B?
And I feel like it's a marketing tool too. I feel like when people label something as pop, that's a marketing tool. When people label something as
And not
R&B,
only- And not only that, not to
whack.
cut you off, but Michael, he was also signed to Columbia, I believe, forever.
Sony.
You're right. It was Sony. Since 91, he was signed.
Yes,
But
Sony.
I do get your point of what you were saying. There are categories that people will say, and I don't even know who are the people selecting this and saying, let's put that there. Who are that?
And
The
crazy
people
part
with
is,
the most money.
they ate me up on the internet when I said that. And it
Why?
was like, I feel like people thought I was discrediting R&B, and R&B is like, it has opened a lot of different avenues for black people and this and that. And it's like, that's not what I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they're snubbing us.
Of course.
But I think
Like-
the reason why people was probably coming at you on the internet because you said I want to create a genre and people are considering your music in a certain genre. I feel like people kind of look at that as like, you know how people on the internet, if you say anything against the grain on the internet, it's like
An issue.
It's outside of the norm, so it's,
Right.
There
it's
you go.
unfamiliar. So they was like, she don't know what she's talking about.
The people who are making those opinions about whether or not they feel like my music is R&B or not, it's like I can guarantee you they have not listened to my entire musical catalog. You just haven't.
Agreed.
That's
SZA,
facts.
for example, her last project, like, sure, some of it is R&B, but like
A lot of that was
There-
alternative.
and I just
Kill
feel like
Bill.
it's considered R&B. Off top, it's like, why for like Grammy nominations or like any nomination or major award show, it's like all the black singers are in one category. And then it's like all the white singers are like spread out. It's white singers in black categories, but it's not the other way.
It's like that
Thank you
across
for bringing
the
that up,
entertainment
too,
board.
I just feel like that.
I
wanted to
can't
see your
remember the
opinion.
last
I
time.
love this conversation.
Me too.
I wish we could have it longer because, like,
I know.
you have to come back and talk
Yeah, yeah,
about
'cause
this more.
they-
like,
I'm glad that y'all were willing to have that.
No, I
conversation
wanna
with me,
have
though.
it
I wanna,
more.
like,
Like,
ask people.
Well,
what
I
they
hope you
think.
had a good time because we need you to
have.
come back.
I have, and I would for sure.
no, you will.
Oh, I will.
You will
will.
come back.
You will,
Yeah,
because we
follow us
gotta
on
continue.
social so we
but
can,
we need
read
more
the DMs and stuff.
conversations like this because
Yeah,
like,
this is really important because I feel like a lot of times, you know, artists, you guys do interviews and then y'all don't get to really express in detail on what you really mean by what you
that's
say.
just like us.
Yeah.
We're black podcasting, but you know a lot of and a big
Don't
issue
get us
was
started on that.
a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
our people would
Talk
not
about
come
it now.
to
Talk
us.
about
They
it.
rather go to like white podcasts. You know what I'm saying, and give them.
And that's another thing. I feel like even like with a black podcast, it's almost like black podcasts are prolific with black people. It's like, but a white podcast, it's like they spread it out. They make sure you see it everywhere. It's like, I feel like they be doing that shit on purpose. But then you have somebody like iHeart or like somebody that really gives you the platform to like be spread out. And
that
I
we had to fight
appreciate-
for.
But why does anything
fight
have to
for
be
everything.
black nowadays? It's like,
But that's just
bro,
that's just the way of the world.
But it-
because even to go back, and my last point about this is, you know, even in Motown and all these other people, the goal back in those times were to get a crossover record so that you can make more money and you can get to a wider audience and you can go pop. You don't want to stay in the
My question
R&B
is,
lane.
what does crossover mean? Is it the change in lyrics? Because, like, for example, they're now using just lyrics against him in court. Now, this is why this is absurd to me. Ask anybody who's made music. This is what they were saying. They were saying, when you read a lyric or you recite a lyric, that means you're adopting the significance of the statement. You're living by it. You're dying by it. What you're saying. When Usher sang Confessions, everybody thought he had a baby on the way. Did he cheat on his girlfriend at the time? Sure he did. But does that mean that the song he was singing was about that?
But that's wait. Now
It
the
was
song
actually JD. It
I was
about
just about to
JD
say JD
that was cheating on his particular person.
And it's about
Okay.
and the
'Cause JD
crossover
wrote the record.
and the
There you
crossover
go.
comes from
That's
the
crazy.
producer, the songwriter, because that's why a lot of these people get what works. Oh,
Right.
that's working. Let's keep making that. Let's keep
Right.
signing people that do the same thing
Right.
so that we can get those records.
And I just wonder, like, when they say crossover, does it just mean that you have now stripped the song of lyrics that other people can understand?
You have erased.
I think they're talking about
a crossover. Is you erase the line. You have wide audience.
Yeah, it's
and-
no line. It's
and,
everybody.
Yeah, but
It's
and white
literally
audience.
everybody.
in doing that, what is the basis or template for getting that? Is it just because you have
it's
lyrics?
no template. I don't think it's a
the
template.
song. It's the like I said. It's the whoever the hottest producer is right now. Whoever's the hottest songwriter who has those songs. They could give you that type of song.
How about this?
Is what cross you over.
I do think that also determines a real hit record, because if everyone likes it and not just a particular group of fans, if it goes everywhere and it spreads everywhere, that's how you know you have a bona fide
Ray
hit.
Charles, Georgia, on my mind. Crossover record.
Do you feel like now the way or the trajectory to get something like that has been compromised for the sense of when you put a song out, it's almost like, it's not like selling records on a shelf, right? You don't have to actively go and purchase this, but it's like if TikTok says it's a thing, now it's a crossover record.
TikTok is is its own little bubble now. It used to be like that, but I just think it's changing to a point where it's like its own bubble.
That's cap.
Yeah, because they have their
I
You
think
said
they
that's
have their
cap?
own Billboard
So-
charts
That's
now.
cap.
They have
How do you-
Billboard
how do you-
charts,
how do
but
you
it's
feel?
a TikTok Billboard
Yeah.
chart.
I had a song go viral on TikTok. It wasn't just TikTok. They were listening to the song everywhere.
What song
TikTok
was
is
that?
just a spread.
I just think that means it's a hit record everywhere, not just TikTok.
Okay, but TikTok put it there. What I'm saying, it's a lot of records like that. It's a lot of records that could be considered a hit record, but it hasn't made it to the platform of exposure. You haven't made it to. It's not like when it's being sold on a shelf in Target or wherever.
But-
it's not like that.
I could say I can do another examples where it'll blow up on TikTok and it don't blow up nowhere else.
Yeah, I feel
'Cause
like
then
that's
what
true
happens?
too. There is
But
TikTok music.
I think TikTok starts the conversation.
It does.
It sheds light.
Exactly. But see, you make great music, so it's gonna blow up on TikTok regardless because you're gonna blow up in other
But
places
it's a
outside
lot
of TikTok.
people, what I'm saying is there are a lot of people that make great music. I know for sure I'm not the only one. However, if TikTok, and I don't want to only say TikTok, but maybe in other places, I don't know where.
But we know
specifically.
TikTok is
TikTok
pushing
is
the
a
music. Yeah, TikTok
When
is
they
type of platform,
decide
though.
that it's gonna go up, it don't even have to be like, for example, there's a lot of people who would argue, and I'm not giving my opinion on this one way or another. There are a lot of people who would argue that Ice Spice music is a particular
I
genre
fucking
of
love her
music.
shit.
Okay, but a lot of people will not argue that. A lot of people, it's definitely controversial there. But it's like if TikTok decides it, it's a hit.
No, well,
You know
it'll
what I'm
get
saying?
it'll get you in the door, but
It
in
gets you in
order
the door.
for you
Conversations
to, but
too.
in order for you to cross over or to get that mainstream attention, is going to take that conversation to get a label behind you,
You need
to
some
push that.
sustainability.
You need them. You need the promotion.
cap.
You need the
You think that's
promotion.
cap? I don't
When
agree.
my song went viral this song has went platinum in a span of less than a year. The song went platinum. When that song went viral on TikTok, I was getting out of my deal. They put no money behind that, $0. They did not support that in any capacity.
But if they did,
But they didn't.
It'll be bigger.
They didn't. It would have been, but they didn't.
but in order to
That's all
get
I'm-
that
that's
hit
what I'm
record,
saying.
they would have to have pushed it because it would have been a hit.
That's
right?
all I'm saying.
I mean,
Because I can put out a TikTok hit too, but I ain't you.
I do feel like if you have the resources to support and sustain something like that, you can be huge.
But my
He just
point
went
was,
3
you said,
million
how do
on
you get a
TikTok.
hit record?
He just went 3 million. He just went viral on TikTok. He just did 3 million views on one clip. But that's BT. He doesn't put out music.
But guess what? If he did,
No,
and I'm not saying
but
He's not good.
But
He
look,
can't.
but,
I'm not
but I
saying
think
that.
I
That's my
think people
point.
don't take. I think people don't take
This is a good
TikTok
conversation,
serious.
though.
I
This is a good
think
conversation.
I
This is a
think
good
you're right. I
conversation.
think TikTok does push the music, yada yada yada. But do people take TikTok records serious? No.
don't be mad at us.
No, I don't think people take TikTok serious.
I feel like they did
records
it
serious.
to begin with, but guess what? The shit is streaming.
For
the
you.
money. And no,
You.
it's not just
No,
me.
it's not.
just
Dope,
me.
but I
No,
just
but
think
wait.
dope artists are doper on
Have
TikTok.
you had?
That's
have
all
you
I'm saying.
Have you had the experience of like a massive hit record?
I would say no. Me personally, I have not.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I feel like once you have that experience, I think the conversation you'll
Will
have a
change.
more insight on it, and you could tell us.
But here's my thing. Drake and Nice for What?
Mm-hmm.
The label that he has, he's been with them for a long time, right? And they have withstood the test of time.
Yep.
They were there in the moments of selling records on the shelf. They have been there after the TikTok shit. If I'm not mistaken, that's Republic. Republic also has Coi Leray. They have Nicki Minaj. They are have a very integrated system with that side of the internet. A lot of labels I do not feel like have fully comprehended it at this point. I don't feel like they fully comprehend, but what I'm saying is they support him. They know what it takes to take a Drake record regardless from scratch and put it in a place for it to be number one, no matter what. That doesn't mean that everybody feels like it's a hit. That doesn't mean like, doesn't mean
He's
any
gonna
of
get
that.
radio play.
It just means that
He has
it's
a
already
support.
established.
He's
It's already
guaranteed.
established for sure.
Right.
Now, but there is a break to me. There's a split in time where it went from that traditional to this shit, and I just feel like now I do feel like TikTok can give you the platform.
Agreed. Could we just interview the G-Way girls? Well, Famous
For
Sally.
example.
But it got
and
them in
YB.
the door.
It got them in the door.
It is their job now to make some
Knocking at them headphones, girl.
that's her phone. But it's their job now to come with something.
Yeah,
But that's
it
why I say
is.
you're different because you have a body of work to support
Yes,
going
but she
viral
doesn't
on
have-
TikTok.
And you got a
and
fan
I'm
base.
grateful for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. If my song just like went up and I didn't have that, and I also feel like artists who don't have that underneath them, kind of like the foundation to that, I feel like it'll fall through.
Yeah, because if you don't have the foundation, then it doesn't matter having a big record on social media
Right.
if you don't have anything to support that.
Right.
The good thing with you is you actually have a fan base, like women, men, everybody
And
loves you.
you could see what sticks to the wall. Like
Yeah.
you could try and keep trying to see what sticks to the wall. A lot of people don't have that, but like I said, TikTok will at least give you the conversation. It's up to the
Yeah.
artist to make a hit record.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a little bittersweet though still, because it's like some people will come to my shows now and it's like they met me at that song.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Understood.
And it's
You don't like that?
I don't dislike it, you know, but it's like it was more intimate when they knew every song and every word, which I still do, you know, which honestly, the one thing I'm most grateful for is like when I go to my shows or people attend my shows, I know for sure that it's not like they know this one song and they only know the words to this song. And I feel like I see that a lot, but I feel like at my shows they know every song, and I'm, you know, that's maybe what I'm most grateful for, that they have like they're invested in it, you know, in me. And that's nice to know.
Yeah.
You gotta come back.
Listen, I feel like
I'm gonna bring some real R&B heads in here. You know,
I am a real R&B head.
I'm gonna make some calls.
Oh, God.
I am a real R&B head.
No, I'm talking about Grammy Award winning R&B producers. I'm gonna bring them in here.
You got some R&B workers.
Ooh, it's some people. I'm gonna tell you, you should invite.
Who? Tell me. We gonna set
guys,
this up.
they're rapping us. We gotta go.
Okay.
Call 'em
We're
up.
gonna tell Mariah the scientist that it started at 1 o'clock and it's really gonna be at 2.
Don't tell them like that.
Bow. Mariah, we appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate
you pulling up, man.
Don't tell nobody about that.
Mariah the scientist, before we
will.
get out of here, we do have a pep talk.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mariah the Scientist, and there's going to be a lot of people who can tell you or will tell you that you can't do it, but you're going to tell them that you can.
If you're a real baller,
You need to be thinking big, bitch.
I'm not talking about no fake baller, a real baller. It's time to get your stuff together, because real ballers get their stuff together. They get their finances together. They get their credit together. They get their money together. So if you are a real baller right now, y'all need to be tapped in. I'm just saying.
Think big, bitch.
Back with more of the BallerAlert Show. Hope y'all enjoyed that Mariah the Scientist.
Shout out
You know
Mariah
what I'm
the
saying?
Scientist.
She was so much fun.
Yeah.
And that conversation is to be continued because she will be
To
back.
be continued.
She will be back.
Yes, but our next guest has authored over 10 ebooks, mentored over 1,000 students, coached over 200 students, won the 100K in a Day award,
Woo.
and did a TED Talk, y'all.
He getting money.
Child, with an estimated sales track record of 1.5 million.
Oh, that needs to be updated.
You better say it. How much should I say then?
That needs to be updated.
Does the M need to be a B?
It's over 3.
Over
Okay.
3. Salute.
Over 3. Well, you have accomplished a great deal. He is not only a military veteran, but you are also a father too, and you are right here with us telling everybody to think big on the BallerAlert Show.
Yes. Who's in the building, Rory?
Derain Delavante.
Yeah, you got it.
Welcome.
Welcome
What's
to the
up,
show,
man?
Yeah, you came in here smelling like money, man. I said, it smell like a whole bunch
He
of
just
money
made the
here.
whole room smell good. I'm like, oh my God.
Now, can you kind of start from the beginning exactly? So, for someone that's just seeing your face for the first time, what exactly do you do?
All right. So you asked 2 different questions. You said start from the beginning, and then what do I do? So 2 parts. Beginning, I'm from Jamaica. I'm not from here. I wasn't born here. I came here when I was 20 years old. I left everything that I knew in Jamaica, and I decided that I'm going to take a chance on me. So I left my mom, my sisters, everybody back home. Came to a complete foreign country with no family, nothing. Just the hopes and aspiration that, I'm going to figure this out. So left there, went to Dairy Queen, was working, making $7.25 an hour. Thought I was killing it.
They got some good ice cream, though.
Bro, that flame burger.
My favorite was
We can't just talk past Dairy Queen like the ice cream ain't fire.
It's fire.
No, back in the day, my favorite was the peanut butter parfait.
That one was good. It's so complicated to make that parfait.
It is.
Bro, the soft serve, it works. It was great. And then left New Hampshire, come to New York, no family in New York. I got my godfather's number, right? And my godfather said, yes, come to New York. We'll figure it out. Went to New York, moved out about a year later. I needed to do my own thing. Got a job at Five Guys now, making $8.50 an hour. And I was the best fry cook on the line. I don't care what nobody says. Them fries were coming out great. Them Cajun fries were phenomenal, right? 19 times I had to shake the basket. I was good, right? So fast forward, joined the military. Fast forward a few more years now. deployed, but still knew nothing about credit. And for those of you that are seeing me and hearing my voice for the first time, my name is Darain Delavante. I'm your favorite consumer law expert. I teach people how to repair, rebuild, restore their own credit using consumer laws. I also educate and teach credit repair professionals how to grow and scale their credit repair business using 4 key principles: lead generation, lead conversion, client ascension, and continuity. Implementing those 4 can scale any business 1,028% off the rip.
Question: where did you learn this?
Self-educated. I got a high school diploma. Everything that I know now.
But they don't teach the taxes and stuff like that, or
you're not going to
credit.
learn that in school.
So how did you do it? Did you go on
Have you
YouTube?
ever been denied for anything?
Yeah.
So the frustration of not being able to do what you want when you want, it can lead to one of 2 things. It can lead to a solution where you figure it out for yourself, or you just lay down and become a victim, just like everybody else. So I chose to solve my own problem.
So you educated
So
yourself.
I educated myself, paid for masterminds, paid for mentorships, and now I'm the best at consumer law.
Wow.
So in order to get that, the money to fund, your education on, like you said, paying for mentorship and paying for all that stuff, how did you get that? Was it the military checks that were doing that? Where did the military come in at?
Okay, so the military came in at, it was supplying me for, I've been in the military now, what, 11 years, right?
Okay.
6 of which I was active duty. And I drank the Kool-Aid where I was in the 40-40-40 club. Well, in the military, it would be the 20-20-20 club. So the 20 years, right? Do the military for 20 years, retire, go get a house with a white picket fence, use the VA home loan, all of that great stuff. Drank the whole Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah.
And then you find out that the Kool-Aid is actually what's going to keep a lot of people broke, especially a lot of people in the military, because now they use the VA home loan. There's nothing wrong with using the VA home loan, right? But you're going into a house with no equity because it's 0 down. Already you're at a disadvantage. There's no equity in there. And you're getting a primary residence. Who's paying for it? Not tenants, you are. Unless you get a multi-family, that's where it comes in, where it can be beneficial.
It's true.
You get a 2, 3, or a 4 unit, or you can get a 4 unit with a commercial space. That's where it caps at, right? So if you're doing that, you can benefit from it, but they're not teaching you that. But they're telling you to go get a home. They're not telling you to go get a house, go get a home. When you think home, you think family, dog, whatever, right? You're not thinking about investment, but that's what keeps the noose around people's neck financially. And it also happens with a lot of entertainers, artists, everybody you can think of. Wrong education.
I didn't learn this until I bought my own home, and then I saw my equity in my house. My house was almost double what I paid for it, and I kept saying, "Damn, I could have did this and not live in it, and then charge someone to."
Yep.
I just kept saying in my brain, "Wow, I didn't understand it." And then if they build around the property like commercial space, it makes your property value go up. I didn't learn any of this until I bought a home. I didn't learn about conventional loan, a non-conventional loan, a VA loan. I didn't know about none of this until I bought a home because I wasn't educated on it.
Amazing, isn't it? The
It's
best
fucked
kept
up.
secret.
It's kind of fucked up.
It is, but it's designed that way. Like, don't hate the game. You just learn how to
I kind
play
of
it.
do. It kind of made me mad because I was just like, "Damn, why didn't anybody tell me about this?"
Because they don't want us to know.
So that was
Who is? But not saying you. But who is they?
All right. So let's think of who runs America. You have to go back that far. Who owns this country?
Yeah.
That's a question y'all need. Who made the education system?
Yeah.
Any of you all know?
No.
John D. Rockefeller.
Okay.
Biggest oil mogul in the history of America, right? He was
Biggest oil.
correct.
mogul. Correct.
Right?
Go ahead.
So the Rockefellers.
Yeah. So he wasn't creating the educational system for freelancing, free enterprise, and entrepreneurship. He needed workers. His factories and oil rigs,
Created a monopoly.
they were going so fast. And his friends were Henry Ford, Edison, Andrew Carnegie, Woodrow Wilson, the Rothschilds, all of these people, right? They're not looking for independent thinkers. They want people that can fall in line and go work. So what they did, they gave them these retirement plans. This is where the idea was birthed for the 40-40 Club. And then they went and changed a whole educational system to produce workers. What's the mantra? Go to school, get a job.
Yeah.
Retire off of 20%, get a house and a dog with a white picket fence, and then you go to school and get a job, and then you pay $50,000 to $100,000 to get a degree, and then now you're making $35,000 with that degree if you're lucky, if somebody hires you.
Yeah.
Right? And then now you are stuck with a student loan for the rest of your life.
And
then you get a mortgage, right? Because they tell you to get a house.
It's a 30-year loan, 20 or whatever it is.
And the first 5 to 10 years of that mortgage, most of the money that you're paying is going towards the interest.
The interest, yeah.
Interest,
Not
nothing
the
to principal.
Correct.
But then what happens after 7 to 8 years? They're going to tell you, oh, refinance, we're going to drop it 1% and you can save on it. But you just resetted the whole thing with the first 5 to 8 years of that refinance, it's going right back to interest. So by the time you're 10 or 15 years in, half the mortgage should have already been paid off, but you paid all of that to interest.
Correct.
And very little went to principal.
Correct.
But every time you refinance, you're restarting that whole 5 to 10. It's not designed for you to win. And if you don't escape the rat race, or if you don't get out of the rat race and want more, you will not escape the rat race until you decide that you want more.
Same thing with cars, correct?
Yeah. When you say, I want more, your mind starts to say, yo, this is not it. 2019, when I was sick and tired because I was just broke, busted, and disgusted, and I was sick and tired of just not being able to do what I want to do, right? I was a victim of subprime lending, where when I attempted to get a car, my first car, a 2007 Nissan Altima in 2013, I couldn't get approved for it because my credit was so bad. It had 75,000 miles on it, and I still couldn't get approved.
Damn.
I had to get a co-signer, right? But I didn't know that I was putting my friend in such a situation where I didn't know what co-signer meant at the time. So if I say I'm not going to pay it, they're going to call my boy. That's the predicament I put him in, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that's co-signing for people right now that's putting them in these predicaments, and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You want to be a good friend, or they know you're just a great person, and they know if you're the great person in the family that has somewhat good credit, you're the one who's always standing security for them. And then now you go to help John, Mary, and everybody, and before you know it, they start defaulting. Everybody's coming back to you.
Yeah.
Because when they pull your report, they see that you have a government job or you have a stable job where you're making 60 to 80,000 a year. So instead of going after your cousin, that's the primary. No, deadbeat anyway. We're going to come after you because more than likely you got the money to pay. So when I learned all of this, I started reading my first book that I read front to back, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the first thing that stood out to me in that book was the rich don't work for money, they have money work for them. We had the system all backward. We were taught to go and prostitute our time for money. So we go trade all of our precious time for a little bit of somebody's money. Time, the most precious thing you can never ever get back. And we use it so nonchalantly and give it away to people that don't even deserve it. So when I recognized this, the shift started happening. The military is one of the biggest time wasters on the planet. You will be called up at 4 to report for 7 o'clock. And then the mission don't start till 1. And you just wait 6 hours doing nothing. So my mind started to change, so the programming got deleted. The old me had to die for the new me to be born. So when I started learning this, I started teaching everybody in the military. And first thing you're going to hear, credit, what is that? Nobody has time for that. This mission is more important. Go do this, go to Kuwait, go to Jordan. That's what everybody is saying. No one knew. So let me ask you, what's on your credit? Oh, I don't know. I've never even seen my credit report. These are the type of responses I'm getting. And you would think for you to be a thought leader, The military is not where you're supposed to be. The military is you're supposed to take orders. Just do what we say. Don't think. You're not supposed to be a thinker. Right? So the person that I'm becoming, that programming didn't fit anymore. So after I read the books and I decided that it's time for me to make a change in my own life, I repaired my own credit in 6 months. So I went to Kuwait with a 504 credit score. I came out with an 810. I fixed it in 6 months, right? So then I'm like, wow, I got funding. I got credit cards now. Navy Federal, 25,000. I'm getting all of these credit cards, right? But I learned from the books with Robert Kiyosaki and all the books that I was reading that when you have this money, don't go out and blow it. So I was just chilled now. I'm not about to repeat past events because I went on deployment negative 15,000 with credit card debt. I used the snowball method to pay it off, but that's something I learned in a book. The book was $10. But if you want to hide something from a person,
Put it in a book.
How much are people willing to bet on themselves to be the change that they look for? You see, it's easy to blame you and say the white man held me down or this person held me down because I don't know. But when do we take responsibility for our own education? I wasn't born here. I wasn't blessed the way you guys are. I was running around in Jamaica with barefoot shorts with holes in it, playing marbles. I wasn't blessed the way you guys are here in a system that has credit where if you have nothing, you can leverage credit to become something. I didn't know any of this.
Well, a lot of people here don't know that either.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't notice until I became like an older man. Like I was
until
just
you
like
experienced
I literally did not know the usefulness of this.
Yeah, but what are they pushing inside of these schools in
Not
the
that.
agenda? Not that.
They're pushing you to go to college, get a college degree.
And-
like you said, but
and
now you're pushing something.
Yeah, what's this challenge that you have?
So the challenge is actually going on right now.
Okay, talk to it.
Right. So basically, I do challenges every month. Right. It's a dispute letter challenge. So what I do is on this challenge, I'll get hundreds of people and I'll walk them through the framework of deleting different items on their credit using consumer laws. It's not a secret. These laws were here before I got off the plane from Jamaica. Everything that I'm using is here. It's been here. But I found it because I was tired of being denied. And when you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to either be a victim or you solve your own problem. I am a solution-oriented person. So I started learning consumer laws and I knew now that I literally have the power to delete anything. So on my 5-day challenges, what I do is I teach people how to get rid of bankruptcies, how to get rid of charge-offs, collections, student loans. Any item on your credit, any account on your credit can be deleted. Late payments, over 100 million people within the last 3 to 6 months have late payments. That's a lot of people. What does late payments lead to? Higher interest rates, right?
Yeah.
And then 165 million to 190 million of the population of 334 million are living paycheck to paycheck. What do we know about people that live paycheck to paycheck? They can't afford anything. And now they're robbing Peter to pay Paul because inflation is going up, prices are going up, but wages are the same. So the cost of living is more. So now I have to choose, do I pay this credit card or do I feed my kid?
I'm not gonna pay that credit card if I gotta feed my kid.
You're not. I'm going to feed my child.
Yeah.
So how can people sign up for this?
What do they
this
do? What do they need to do?
So the challenge now, all they got to do is text the word challenge. So once they text me the word challenge or go on my Instagram at Daraine Delevante, DARAINE DELEVANTE. Once they go to my Instagram, everything is there. Go on YouTube. My free content on YouTube is better than people's paid content. Late payments is a thing of the past, and 100 million plus people don't need to suffer from it when all they need to do is learn how to get it deleted.
What's your YouTube?
Daraine Delevante. I made it so
Everything's
easy.
Daraine Delevante.
Everything's Daraine Delevante.
I just want you to keep saying it so people.
DARAINE
Daraine Delevante, Daraine Delevante.
DELEVANTE. It's it. But you see, 9 out of every 10 people that's hearing this right now, they're still going to sit on their hands and take no action on their own life. They're going to remain stuck like Chuck in the pickup truck, and they wonder why they're not moving forward. You have to, like, New life comes from a new mind, and people want to move forward into a future still thinking in their past. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
A new mind gives new life. The old you must die for the new you to live. You cannot feed both.
And that's why we created Think Big. This segment is so important for people like yourself who's trying to give people the opportunity to think bigger than what they already know.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah.
So we appreciate you for coming through and, you know, dropping that knowledge. And I hope everybody takes this seriously and goes to your YouTube. Can you say it one more time?
Daraine Delevante. So that's DARAINE DELEVANTE. That's YouTube, that's Facebook, that's Instagram. The information is there. But until a person is willing to take action for themselves, they will remain a victim of society.
I agree with that.
And
So
you
tell
are-
them stop scrolling on the TikTok, stop scrolling on Facebook, and
But
get
it's
some
the
knowledge.
programming.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
the
really
programming. That's why
hits you
they-
after you get stuck. You be like, damn, I
But
didn't
think
realize
about the
this.
programming. This is why it took so long for you to learn this. You're not supposed to learn this. You're supposed to be ignorant to that information. So when you come out and you rack these debts up, as an adult now, it's time for you to work. You're looking to start a family. You're looking to settle into a career. Now they have you financially. It's still slavery. It's just a different type of slavery.
So you think you balling, but you really
You're
not.
really not.
Listen, man, we gonna talk off camera.
But does it cost anything to do the challenge or anything like that?
Yes. So the challenge is, if anyone is coming in on any of the challenges, the lowest ticket is $97.
Okay.
And we have VIP, which is $297, and then there's an ultra, which gives one-on-one laser Q&A questioning strategy and everything for like $747 or something like that. And for anybody right now that's saying $97 is too much, go to my YouTube channel. I am positive, and I can bet anything right now, that you will learn stuff on my YouTube channel which will get you ahead. And the key thing is get ahead. But until someone decides to take action on their life, until you decide to take action, you will forever be stuck where you are.